Darling, in my life, I wanna know why I'm listening to love. I why did I want love? Darling, darling, oh, I love you so much in my heart. My baby, I love you this time. Fall in love in my life, and I tell you every in my life, I'm not saying that I love. I love me all the time. I have something in the love, darling, 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 darling. Oh, I am listen me, I love everything in my heart, everything in my love, I love it, my love it, I love it. The night shadows is my light, and that's 4,000 years in the love of my life, of my everything. All I know is everything in my life. Love and something I lay in my heart. All of it's everything, darling, 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 my darling. Everything, darling, 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 darling. Darling, 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 darling. It was not too to slay. It was done to wait. It was the 2 days. It was the 2 days. It was the 2 days. All the 2 days. All the 2 days. I got something, it's something, everything I need. I know it's something I wanted to. And then there's darling, it's darling, 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 darling. Now we have darling, 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 darling. It's everything, it's something I know I love you. For this time of when we had to take. This is how we make it sometimes. For life, there's something I darling, 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 to wait, to date, to date, baby, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, baby, I love for you.